If you're going on a short cruise and wondering what to pack, well, this video will definitely be helpful to you. Hey guys, I'm Michelle. Welcome to Diaz on Deck Travel. So I'm about to take a little 3-day cruise with one of my friends who hasn't cruised since 2021. So when she asked me what I was planning to pack, I thought, what a great idea to share with you guys too. So first things first, I've already picked out my boarding outfit. So those clothes will remain out with the shoes that I'm planning to wear. Next, I do like to pack some athletic shoes. I do pack all of my shoes with shower caps because I like to keep the germs from touching my clothes. So the reason for the athletic shoes, you may not want to work out like I do on the ship, but what if you're planning to do a slide, or you're planning to do something like a zip line or something of that nature, and they require closed-toed shoes? So definitely bring a pair of athletic sneakers. Next, in my shoes, I have a neutral shoe that I can wear with several outfits, including my evening wear. And I've also packed a beach or pool sandal. And I always recommend that you do pack something that has some traction on it, because I don't know if you've seen my video, Slippery Situation, where people are, spraying themselves down with their sunscreen. Well, that can leave an oil slick. And so just make sure you have something with traction. But these are not going in my suitcase, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. I also pack a little extra shopping bag in case I buy some souvenirs. So I have something to put them in case my suitcase doesn't have any room. I also like to pack magnetic hooks. I got the 130-pound weight as well as the 50. So definitely bring some magnetic hooks. Now, as a seasoned cruiser, you probably know that the walls are primarily metal, so you can hang different things around your cabin. You could hang a purse, a wet bathing suit, a wet towel. And I also like to take this shoe organizer because I can hang it with the 130-pound hooks and see everything without having to root through my toiletries bag. So I do tend to unpack my toiletries bag. But here is my toiletries bag, which is going right in the suitcase. And so I do have a hanging toiletries bag in case I don't bring the shoe organizer. And in my toiletries bag, I have the what if I need Band-Aids or ointment or I get injured. I also have soaps, body wash, some vitamins, razors, Q-tips, anything that you use in the bathroom, put in your hanging toiletries bag. So that is going to go right in my suitcase. Always make sure that you bring things with you in case you have an illness or you come down with something, because even though they might have that on the ship, it's going to be quite a costly penny to purchase those in the sundry shop. So that's going in my suitcase. I am bringing an extra hat, my floppy hat, and I'm just going to pack inside of that. Now, I have these 2 compression bags, and you're probably wondering why they're not compressed. Well, I'm not really pressed for room because it is a short cruise, but I am planning to take these out of my suitcase and put them right into the drawer. So technically, I don't have to unpack a whole bunch. Now, in this little compression cube, I have about 6 or 7 underwear, undergarments, bras, things of that nature. And, my friends always laugh, like, why do you pack so many undergarments? Are you planning to have a fecal incident every day of the cruise? No, I'm not. But, my philosophy is better to have and not need than to need and not have. So that's going right in. Also in this compression cube, again, I'm just going to take it and put it in the drawer without compressing it. And I've got 2 workout outfits, 2 bathing suits, 2 cover-ups. That's pretty much all you need. You know, you want to have 2 bathing suits on a short cruise because one is inevitably going to be wet when it's time to put it back on again. So you always have a dry one. So that goes in the suitcase as well. Now, as far as outfits, so I like to do what I call a transitional outfit. Let me explain. You're done at the pool, you're done being wet, but it's not exactly time to get ready for dinner. So you need a transitional outfit. So that's where I pack 3 pairs of shorts and 3 t-shirts, or 3 accommodating shirts to go with whatever the shorts are. And so that's going to go right in. An easier way to pack and make sure your things don't get wrinkled is to do the roll-up method. I tend to pack in the capsule method, being that a lot of my clothes colors are interchangeable because I'm not really doing it on purpose. I just happen to like the same colors. So as far as my dinner outfits, I have not packed those yet. They are waiting there. I do have a jacket for evening, and I also have a hoodie for the day. You just don't know. It could be extremely cold one night and not the next. So I always bring that extra. But I will tell you, I do not pack my formal things or my evening clothes until the very last thing. That's the very last thing that goes in so that it gets less wrinkled. And again, you can roll these things up, and if you need them ironed, you can get that service on the ship. But remember, no steamers and irons are allowed in your cabin. Now, as far as some gadgetry, well, it's not technically gadgetry yet, but in this little cube, I have extra vitamins that I'm not taking in my carry-on. So I did pack the rest of them here. But as far as the gadget goes, check with your cruise line and make sure that you have the approved USB and USB-C charging cube for your devices because each cruise line has different rules about that. So I've got that in there. Now, if you're planning to do water sports like snorkeling, make sure you pack your own snorkel, much sanitary, and they're really inexpensive at like Walmart. Also, in this little bag, I do like to take, sometimes I just want a little waist bag for, you know, we're going on an excursion and I don't want to haul my whole, let's say, backpack with me. But I also love this little thing, and it is a waterproof sack. And you could put things like your IDs and your money and take it into the water with you. But you know what I've used this for that's been really awesome? I've used it to take pictures under the water and in the water without worrying about anything happening to my phone. So this is a must for me. I do like to have a lanyard so that you can have your cruise card with you right around your neck if you're, you know, traveling light and you're not carrying a purse. A lot of people like that. So I always bring one. I may not use it. Just depends on the vibe. Now I'm going to show you what I put in my backpack. So here is my backpack. I actually love this backpack. It has 19 pockets, guys. I mean, if anybody can fill it, I can. But I do put my pool sandals, and sometimes I'll even put a pool cover up in there. But since I'm wearing my bathing suit on this time, it's not going to be necessary. So I do bring an extra hat. Again, I've got all these compartments for phones and gadgets, but inside my backpack, I have some sunscreen, and I also have some towel bands. These are awesome. Make sure you pack those. If you have the clips, those will work as well, but these are a lot less bulky to pack. Also, what's going in my backpack is my travel documents, my passport holder. This will hold credit cards, money, anything of value that you need at a moment's notice right there in your backpack. On the side here, I do have some Lysol wipes. I do like to wipe things down when I get to the cabin, and I'm just gonna knock on some wood. It hasn't failed me yet. I have yet to get sick on a cruise. So doing some little extra precautionary things will definitely help you. I also like to take a little mini Lysol spray and a liquid hand soap. I will tell you in another video why I don't use the bar soaps on cruises or in hotels, but that's a whole other video. I've also got some wet wipes. Like to take those to the beach, clean my hands before I eat. So in your backpack, make sure you have your medicines, your documentation, anything you're gonna need before your luggage arrives if you've checked your luggage with the porters. If you have any questions about what to pack for a short cruise, please reach out. I would love to hear from you. Or if you have any ideas of your own that you want to share, please feel free to comment. Now with dinnerware, so this is my casual day hoodie, but with dinnerware, I do bring a little bit more of a dressy jacket. And one of the last things that I put in my backpack are my gadgetry cords. Lastly, this goes in my backpack. And what is in here is all of the little devices, charging bank, cord, anything that I need to capture that absolutely best footage and video so that I can bring you guys a firsthand look at islands and cruise ships and travel. And I hope you're as excited about cruising as I am. I love it. It's a passion of mine. And, you know, in 35 years, I can honestly say I have had so many great experiences. So I'm Michelle. Thank you so much for coming to Diaz on Deck Travel and coming along with me on my next adventure. If you do like this video and you found the tips helpful, please subscribe. And if you want to share your tips and your experiences with packing, please feel free to comment. I look forward to hearing from you. And soon I will see you on deck.